you like my new background because we just moved to the new place and I'm so excited because of the good lighting and good background. It's plus 38 outside. I don't have AC. I'm dying and I cannot put on fan because it's gonna be really horrible on the video. Welcome to the European summer. Hi everyone, my name is Tessa and long time no see you. This is what I'm supposed to say, I guess. But I don't want to justify myself or say something. I just want to share with you my favorite things from June and July. There's a really small amount of this because unfortunately I fall out into a really depressive phase of my life. But these things, they were keeping me alive, they were rising my mood and I guess giving me some opportunities to even exist in this world. You know, sometimes it's hard. It's really funny to hear from the white girl living in Europe, but yeah, let's just close eyes on it. Not really much stuff to share with you, but all of this stuff has a really personal story to me, and I hope I'm gonna share it with you today and you're gonna find it interesting as well. Because we moved to the new place, I found a new coffee shop which is 2 minutes away from my apartment, and I found a new favorite drink of mine, which is, if you know me for a long time, you know that I used to drink something similar, but this summer this was a lifesaver, especially for the person who hates summer. I'm always on autumn girl's side, you know, like you cannot prove me wrong with that. And you cannot change me. You can just accept me and love me for whoever I am. Hear me out. Just hear me out. Iced dirty chai latte with oat milk and cinnamon on top. If you would just try. I was really skeptical about the iced drink in general. You know, most of the coffee shops have an AC and you can just sit in there and drink the hot coffee. It's fine. And especially for me working as a barista for 3 years, so I had a lot of experience in that. Like, you have to understand, it wasn't like a Starbucks coffee shop, it was a specialty coffee shop. I had a diploma as a specialty coffee barista just to make sure you understand my level of suspicious about the ice autumn drinks, because the dirty chai, the pumpkin latte, it's one of my top list drinks. Even though I love the black coffee, I love all kind of drips, alternative coffee, all of this shit, but nothing better than the pumpkin spice latte with oat milk. You can all pretend, blah blah blah, all this stuff. I love a good filter coffee, but this, it's like a milkshake for adults. If you never tried it before in your life, this is your sign to do it for sure, because what the fuck are you doing with your life if you never drink it? This drink was kind of like motivation for the day, because for a while I no longer have any job, let's say like this, and yeah, the job market sucks in Europe, so we're struggling with that together, girlies. So basically I didn't have any motivation to do something, any content, anything, existence, and this coffee, it was like a huge motivation for me to get up, to dress up, to look pretty, because I want to look pretty while I'm going to the coffee shop, to going for the solo dates or a date with my boyfriend or a date with my friends. And this drink now, it has a huge association for me with the things which is like, okay, this is for such a long time was the thing which actually motivated me to go outside, and it has a really good consequences in the end. So it's never been something that I felt anxious or unloved or disappointed or something. It always has a good ending, and all these associations belong to the iced dirty chai latte with oat milk. If we're talking about more practical side of my favorites in these 2 months, it's probably gonna be my iPod, which is, I was really curious about this, because of course you can try to convince yourself that then you buying the iPad, you're gonna be working or studying on it, and you never ever in your life gonna download any games on it. This is a complete lie. I hope you just have to accept it. There is no people in the world who doesn't have games on their iPad, which is I haven't this since winter. For 3 months I didn't have any game, and after 1, 2, 3 now, oh my god, I'm not ashamed of this. I love to be an iPad kid, I love to be the Gen Z, nothing wrong with this. But if we're talking about more practical part, which is in June, I still have the exam period in my university, and it was a life-saving for me. Then I'm talking about the study process, which is the good notes, for sure, the best stop for studying for me. I know, we don't want to pay money for anything, but bro, you paid once, all your school life is saved. For studying, I have everything in here. Good notes and all the essays, all the articles, all the study books, everything I have in here. And it's so small because my laptop is really, really big. I'm gonna show it to you. Bro. It's not a MacBook, so it's not even fit my bag. And for a while I became such a huge hater of the tote bags, which is I was trying to fit this in my everyday bag, which is it was gross, it was unsafe, and it was really, really painful for my shoulders. So then I got this was a life-saving. And if you're talking about the study process, I have 2 books which I want to share with you, which was absolutely favorite one during this 2 months of summer, which is one of them connected to my study, and one of them was just a random finds in my hometown that I was traveling, and I didn't have any expectations about this book, but it was something new for me, and I really, really love it, and I cannot stop talking about this book, The Macbeth by William Shakespeare. Hear me out. I cannot shut up after reading this book, because I used to have this book for 2 seminars in a school, and I used to write my final examination essay based on this book. And the amount of articles I read about the Macbeth, especially about the figure of Lady of Macbeth or the figure of the Weird Sisters, I cannot explain it to you, because it's something which blew my mind completely. And I'm really, really a huge fan of the detective stories, Agatha Christie and all this stuff, but nothing blew my mind that much with this book, especially if you're trying to do the deep reading of this. So of course I'm a literature student, there probably would be a book which got me so inspired during my whole study process and everything, but I would never in my life thought it's gonna be Macbeth by William Shakespeare. I certainly was convinced that I supposed to stay out from the Shakespeare as long as I can, which is I'm an English student, English literature. I had a choice being American literature student or English, and I choose English on purpose after I read the article about this book. So guys, the second book I had, it's called Being Sick by Virginia Woolf. It's not a short story, it's not a novel. I will say you more. The words of Virginia Woolf is just for the 25 pages, and the other part of the book is called The Notes from the Room for the Ill People, which is it's an essay of her mother. Really, really interesting, because then I traveled to home. I had a situation, then one of my relatives got sick, and I catch myself on the feeling that I don't know what to do, I don't know how to act, and all this philosophy, the mindset in my head, it was just really, really mixing up, because every time I'm traveling there, it's just once in a year, I feel like my old personality are coming back, and I wasn't a really good person than I used to live there. for certain reasons. And one of the reasons, it was my education in a ballet school, which is, I was raised there and I graduated from there, and it's one of the most famous Russian ballet school in the world. And I've been told for several times that the sickness and illness, it's not the reason to stop doing something. It's not the reason that someone should, I don't know, feel the empathy to you or something like this, and you have to be ashamed if you were sick or ill, which is, if we're talking about the mental conditions, it's not even, it wasn't even allowed to talk out loud about this. This mindset came back to me then I was traveling, and one of my closest relatives was sick, and I came to support her, and it was such a weird mix up in my head. And then I saw this book in a bookstore. It was just random, like such a random find, and I was like, I need this, because the Virginia Woolf for such a long time was one of my favorite writer, and she still is, don't take me wrong. And for such a long time, my personality was based on her philosophy, her mindset. And I found completely different thing from what I was actually searching for. And this has actually gave me an answer that no one gonna be able to tell you how you're supposed to feel about this. No one gonna be able to help you to open your heart to someone or something. And no one gonna be able to tell you that feel emotions is okay, that it's not making you weak, it's not your weakness, your emotions, it's empathy, it's not a weakness. And this is what this book learned to me and told me, because in this book, Virginia Woolf, she's arguing about why poets never write a poem about the illness or sickness. Because the illness is sickness, it's such a physical matter, it's such a physical need of your body, not of your soul. But she also mentioned that no one talks about the mental transformation of the person when he's ill or sick. His expectations about his relatives, his self-perception of his own appearance, of his own meaning in someone else's life, in their own life or something. Because this is such an interesting thing which this book told me and helped me realize that I'm not the victim here. I'm not the victim because I cannot feel something, because I cannot feel empathy, or because I cannot help somehow, and I don't supposed to be weak because of this. It's just making me stronger. It's giving me the opportunity to look at the situation from more realistic gaze, not from the relative gaze, let's say like this. I was absolutely impressed by how the consequential was the timing of me reading this book. Okay, I already mentioned a heat wave which all of Europe is facing right now. How you can see I tanned. I think you never saw me like this, because I saw myself like this the last time that I was 12 years old or something. After that, I found out about the Tim Burton, and I became totally obsessed with this aesthetic to be pale, as much pale as you can, which is actually my roots don't even support this kind of thing, because I would say this is the normal skin color which the people of my race is having. So yeah, it's fine, but I love it. I'm obsessed. My freckles came back, and this is absolutely insane. And the thing which saved my life during the June and July and all this heat wave, it's the Sun Drop Oil by the local Hungarian brand Cream. I'm not sure how you actually, I don't know, read it, but this was insane. All natural. And the owner told me that actually she made this based on her mother recipe, which her mother invented from the natural ingredients for such a long time ago. 10 minutes on the sun, I got it done. I'm not even joking. if this is not a magical potion, I guess we have the radioactive sun, I guess, in that case. But yeah, a lifesaver, amazing ton, thanks to cream, because I have nothing to say, and it's actually smell like lavender. Yeah, because it's the whole cosmetic brand, it's based on lavender, it's fun as far as I know. But yeah, I'm obsessed. This is amazing. If we're talking more about the beauty stuff, you cannot wear much makeup during this kind of weather, and during the depressive episode you also don't really want to wear any makeup, I would say so. But I have two products which I really want to share with you. So I was struggling for such a long time to find a perfume which I really love, and I found one which is called La Terrière Parfum. I guess it's French. I'm just guessing, right? I don't remember what kind of scent is inside, but it's floral, it's sweet, in the same time it has like little spices in it, and it's just absolutely amazing because I really love the sweet perfumes and the spicy perfumes, and this is like all at once. And this is how it's called, like, I guess. I have no clue, guys. You just have to fucking try it, because in this case it's just a trust process situation, because it's amazing, just believe me. Because this is, if I would be a perfume, it would be like this. So if you like me, you will love it. And the last beauty thing, which was kind of one of my favorite things which I actually ever found in my life, and yeah, I used it a lot, which is not probably going outside, it's mostly for the creative shoots and just shooting content. But this is the pencil, which is, you can put it on your lips or on your eyes, and this is the specific formula, which is, it was saying exactly like you can put it anywhere. It's from the Russian brand Rad, and this is the color. Excuse me, I never used it on my eyes yet, but the lips, guys, I'm like obsessed. And this is, it's such a pigmented thing, and it's actually stays on you, you see, and it's like only if you're gonna do like this. So every time I even, it's past the Keys test, you know, so buy it. Last but not the least, I have one new bag which became my absolute favorite in these 2 months. I think I actually got her in July, so basically she's my favorite from July. And just look at this. This bag is just absolutely stunning and amazing, and I start to be really obsessed with this kind of pale pinkish purplish color lately. And yeah, it's just look amazing. I don't know what else to say. There's a lot of stuff in there, and it's probably gonna be my uni bag for the first part of the semester, until the moment we all start to wear the trench coats and it's gonna be more dark vibe. We're still in summer, so yeah, the storage on my phone ran out for 8 times while I was doing this video, but I was really happy to share with you the stuff which I find really close to my heart, and it's became my absolute favorite for these 2 months. Some of them really helped me with the study process, some of them helped me with the mental stability, let's say, like this. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you soon. Bye.